Hello students, welcome back to our EI class, Electronic Measurements and Instrumentation. In the previous class, we have seen that what do you mean by transducers, okay, we have come across that is about the characteristics of transducers and the factors for selecting the transducers. Okay, those things we have discussed in our previous class. In today's class, let us come with a classification of transducers. How the transducers are classified, let us check those things. Okay, and each and every classifications we will be getting into the each and every different types of transducers and the circuit diagram and the working principle. Okay, when you come with the classification of the transducers, our transducers are basically classified into 5 different types. The first one is nothing but your active and the passive transducers, and the second one is nothing but your analog and digital transducers. Third one, on the basis of transduction principles used, and the fourth one is primary and secondary transducers. Fifth one is nothing but your transducers and inverse transducers. Coming to the first classification, that is nothing but your active and passive transducers. When we talk about active transducers, an active transducer is nothing but in this transducer we do not need any external source of power for their operations. Okay, therefore they are also called as a self-generating type of transducers. What do you mean by an active transducer? An active transducer is nothing but we don't require any external source of power. We don't require any external source of power for their operation. I should not apply anything directly based upon my physical quantity. It automatically generates the electrical signal. Okay, so that type of transducer are known as an active transducer, or you can also say it as a self-generating type of transducers. Okay, the active transducers are self-generating device which operates under the energy conversion principle. Active transducers always operate under the energy conversion principle. As the output of active transducer, we get an equivalent electrical output signal. Example, temperature, strain to electrical potential without any external source of energy being used. Okay, in simple, what do you mean by an active transducer is nothing but in active transducer we are not going to apply any external power source. Okay, based upon the external physical quantity, it automatically generates on itself electrical signals. Okay, without applying any source of power. So that type of transducers are known as active transducers. Okay, let us come with the classification of active transducers. When we are going to see the classification, the active transducers, we do have various different types of active transducers like photovoltaic, thermoelectric transducers, electromagnetic transducers, piezoelectric transducers, chemical transducers, many more. Okay, many more you are going to have. So this is nothing but a classification of active transducers. Now let us go with the passive transducer definition. What do you mean by passive transducer? In active transducer, we are not going to apply any external power source, whereas in the passive transducer, we are going to apply the external power source. Okay, these transducers need external source of power for their operation, so they are not self-generating type of transducers. A passive transducer is nothing but we require an external source of power to further operations. So this type of transducer, passive transducers are said to be not self-generating type of transducer. Okay, we require an external power source to perform its operation. A DC power supply or an audio frequency generator is used as an external power supply. So what type of external power supply we are going to have? We can use any DC power supply, or you can use an audio frequency AF generator. You can able to use, for an external power source. These transducers produces the output signal in the form of variation in the resistance, capacitance, inductance, or some other electrical parameter in response to the quantity to be measured. So what does this passive transistors will be going to produce? The output signal. The output signal which it is going to produce, it will be in the form of a change in the variation in the resistance, capacitance, inductance, and some other electrical parameters. Okay, so based some, you can consider some electrical parameters that the output will be based upon the variations in that particular electrical parameters. Okay, whatever the physical quantity it is going to measure, that the results you are going to get it in terms of variations in the electrical parameters. So when you go with the classifications of passive transducers, passive transducers are classified into various different types. First one is nothing but your variable resistance. Second is nothing but your variable reactance, and the third one is nothing but your optoelectronics, and the fourth one is nothing but your Hall effect type. Whenever we as we have told that a passive transistor will get the output in the variations of electrical parameters. So the first electrical parameters which we are considering it is a resistance. So variable resistance. In this variable resistance we do have again it is classified into two different types. One is nothing but a strain gauge, and the second one is nothing but a thermistor, potentiometer, and photoconductor, LDR. That is nothing but your photoconductor. And then when you go with the variable reactance, when I say in reactance means inductance and capacitance both will be coming into the picture. So your variable reactance is again classified into inductives and capacitive. In the inductive we will be going to have variable reluctance, variable permeability, and you are going to have LVDT, linear variable differential transducer. Okay, the next one is nothing but your optoelectronics. Optoelectronics is nothing but it will be based upon the light. Okay, so based upon that light electronics, it is again classified into photoemissive and photoconductive. Okay, Hall effect type is also there as a passive transducers. Okay, this is nothing but your general classifications of your passive transducers. Okay, next comes to your next classification. What was the first classification? The first classification of the transducer is nothing but your active and the passive transducer. An active transducer is nothing but in which we are not going to apply any external power supply to get the output, whereas in the passive transducer we are going to apply external power supply, energy source, to get our output. Okay, so that is nothing but your active transducer and passive transducers. When you go with the next classification, analog and digital transducers, as the name implies, the transducer which gives an analog output, then the type of transducer are known as an analog transducers. Thus there are some transducer which gives a digital which works on the digital values, then that is known as a digital transducers. Come to the fourth classification, primary and secondary transducer. Before going into the third one, let us describe the primary and secondary transducers. What do you mean by primary transducer? As we have already studied in our previous class. Okay, in the previous class we have came across something called as sensors and actuators. The same thing, same definition we will be going to hold for the primary and the secondary transducer. Okay, there are some transducers which contains some mechanical as an electrical device. Okay, in transducers if I am going to use some mechanical components Okay, in the electric, as actually whenever we say transducer means electrical components will be there. So apart from electrical components, if we at all we are using a mechanical components, okay, in that type of transducer, what actually it happens is nothing but the mechanical device converts a physical quantity to be measured into the mechanical signal. Okay, so a transducer in which I am having an electrical part, electrical devices as well as mechanical devices are there. So what does this mechanical device will do? It will be going to convert the physical quantity into the mechanical signals. It will convert in the physical quantity into the mechanical signals. Such mechanical devices are called as primary transducers. Such mechanical devices are called as primary transistor, which is used to convert a physical quantity into a mechanical signal. Okay, so why we are saying it is a primary transistor? Because they deal with a physical quantity to be measured. Now you will be having an electrical devices also in the same transducer. So the second part of your electrical device, what it does, it takes a mechanical signal and converts into an electrical signal. So the electrical device that converts this mechanical signal into other corresponding electrical signal, such electrical devices are known as secondary transducers. Okay, so whenever a transducer contains a mechanical part as well as an electrical part, so the first mechanical part will be used to convert the physical quantity into the mechanical signal. Such type of transducers are known as a primary transducer. Okay, and the electrical device which is available in the transducer, which is used to convert a mechanical signal into the electrical signal, then that type of transducer is known as a secondary transducer. Okay, coming to the next one, if you are going to see here, this is nothing but your diaphragm. In this, if you are going to see, your diaphragm will be acting as a primary transducer, which converts a pressure, the quantity to be measured, into a displacement. That is nothing but your mechanical signal. So the pressure is converted into a displacement. So this diaphragm will be acting as a primary transducer. Now this displacement should be converted into the electrical signal. So the displacement is then converted into the change in resistance using the strain gauge. Hence the strain gauge will be acting as my secondary transducer. Okay, pressure is converted into displacement, then that is known as a primary transducer. Displacement is converted into the change in resistance using a strain gauge, then that is known as a secondary transducer. So your diaphragm will be acting as a primary transducer, whereas strain gauge will be acting as my secondary transducer. Okay, now let us come with the next classification of transducer, which is nothing but according to the transduction principle. Transduction principle means nothing but what type of conduction it is going to use. Based upon that principle, the transducers are classified into capacitive transducers, okay, electromagnetic transductions, inductive transductions, piezoelectric induction transducers, okay, photovoltaic transduction, photoconductive transduction. So based upon the transconductions of your transducer, principle of transconduction, it has been classified as capacitive, electromagnetic, inductive, piezoelectric, photovoltaic and photoconductive transduction principles. So coming to our this transduction principle, what is the first transduction principle is what? Capacitive transduction. Okay, let us see the how the capacitive transduction capacitive transducer is there. Okay, and how it is going, why we are saying this transducer as capacitive transducer. Okay, and how it is using the capacitive concept in this transducers. Okay, let us see. When in the capacitive transducers, okay, transconduction transducer, the measured is converted to a change in the capacitance. So what it is going to do, why it is the whatever the physical quantity is there, that will be converted into the change in the capacitance value. Okay, so if it is change, the output is in the change in the capacitance value, then that type of transducers are known as an capacitive transducers. Okay, let us see how it works. A typical capacitor is comprised of two parallel plates of conductive material separated by an electrical insulating material called as dielectric. Okay, so we will be using a two parallel plates. Between these two parallel plates we are going to have an electrical insulating material known as a dielectric. So the plates and the dielectric may be either flattened or rolled. It can be a flattened surface or it can be a rolled one. Okay, the purpose of dielectric is to help the two parallel plates maintain their stored electrical charges. Okay, the main purpose of this dielectric is nothing but the two parallel plates is where the energy is stored should be it will be stored between this dielectric medium. Okay, we as you know the relationship of capacitance, let us see the relationship between the capacitance and the size of a capacitor plate. Amount of plate separation and the dielectric is given by C is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r A by D. Okay, what do you mean by D? D is nothing but a distance separation of plates. Okay, between the two plates, what is the distance is there, that is nothing but your D, and it is measured in terms of meters. Okay, you know C is nothing but your capacitance. Capacitance is nothing but your, it is measured in the farads, and epsilon naught is nothing but your absolute permittivity of your vacuum, and epsilon r is nothing but your relative permittivity. Okay, and what is A? A is nothing but your effective overlapping area of the capacitor plates. So what is the overlapping area, effective area of this capacitor plates is nothing but your A, and it is measured in the square meters. So what is the relation between the capacitor and the size of the capacitor is nothing but C is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r into A by D. Okay, so this is nothing but your capacitive transducers. Let us come with an electromagnetic transduction transducers. Electromagnetic transduction is nothing but, it is in electromagnetic transduction, the measured is converted to voltage induced in conductor by change in the magnetic flux in absence of excitation. Okay, what you will be doing, the measured, whatever it is going to measure is converted to voltage induced in the conductor. What is the voltage induced in the conductor? By the change in the magnetic flux. Okay, by changing in the magnetic flux, whatever the voltage is induced in the conductor, okay, that principle is known as an electromagnetic transduction. Okay, these electromagnetic transducers are self-generating active transducers. So what it is here, this type of transducers are nothing but just self-generating active transducers. The motion between a piece of magnet and an electromagnet is responsible for the change in the flux. Okay, so this electromagnetic transconduction will be going to follow the change in the voltage induced in the conductor by changing the magnetic flux. Okay, whatever the magnetic flux, if it is going to change, based upon that one, there will be change in the voltage induced in the conductor. Now coming to the next transconduction principle, inductive transducers. In inductive transducers, transduction transducer, the measure is converted into a change in self-inductance of a coil. Okay, the measure value, that is physical quantity, is converted into a change in the self-inductance of a single coil. It is achieved by displacing the core of the coil that is attached to the mechanical sensing element. So in the inductive transduction type of transducer, the measured physical quantity will be converted into the self-inductance of a single coil. Coming to the next type of transconduction transducer is nothing but a piezoelectric induction. What is piezoelectric induction? In piezoelectric induction, the measure is converted into a change in electrostatic charges Q or voltage V generated by the crystal when mechanically it is stressed. Okay. And piezoelectric transduction, what happens is nothing but, if this piezoelectric transducer, if I am going to stress it mechanically, if I am going to press it mechanically, so the output is nothing but your change in electrostatic charges or voltage V generated by the crystal. Okay, so whatever the crystal here it is there, that will be going to generate a change in the electrostatic charges Q or voltage V. Okay, so the whenever you are going to stress this particular mechanical equipment, okay, so it is going to give the output in the change in the electrostatic charges Q or voltage V, okay, which is generated by this particular crystal. This is known as a piezoelectric induction. What is photovoltaic transduction? In photovoltaic transduction, the measure is converted to voltage generated when the junction between the dissimilar material is illuminated as shown in the figure. Okay, whatever the physical quantity is there, that will be converted to the voltage generated between the junction between the dissimilar material is illuminated. Okay, now if you see in this example, you are having two materials. If it is the junction, at the junction of these two materials, there will be a change in the light. Okay, that is nothing but your change in the illumination. Okay, that will be there in terms, and it will be generated in terms of voltage. That type of transducers are known as photovoltaic transduction transducers. Okay, let us see how it is been going to generate. Let us see that in the top there is an n-type semiconductor, and the bottom you are going to have the p-type semiconductor. So in between you are going to have the depletion zone. So if I am saying a photovoltaic generation, that is nothing but a light falls on the material. So whenever the light falls on this material, what happens? The p-type in the p-type semiconductor, if it is going to fall lights, Okay, so the what happens due to that one, you will be going to have many holes will be generated, and that will be recombined with your entire semiconductor. Due to that one, there will be change in the voltage generation. So that change in voltage generation is nothing but your measured value. Based upon the transduction principle, the next type of transducer is nothing but your photoconductive transduction. In photoconductive transduction, the measure is converted to change in resistance of a semiconductor material by change in light incident on the material. Okay, so what is the output we are going to get is nothing but the physical quantity over here is will be acting as your light. Okay, the light which has been applied to this particular semiconductor material, it will be going to generate a change in resistance of a semiconductor. Okay, so as that light changes, you are going to get the output. You are going to nothing but a change in the resistance of a semiconductor material. Okay, that change measure is nothing but your electrical parameter change. That type of transducer is known as a photoconductive transducer. In photoconductive transducer, input will be your light, okay, and the output is nothing but your change in resistance. Coming to the next, these are nothing but your different types of transaction principle transducers. Next comes to the next classification of transducers. Those are nothing but your transducers and the inverse transducer. What is the use of a transducer? A transducer is nothing but it is used to convert a non-electrical quantity into the electrical quantity. So non-electrical quantity, physical quantity, if it is converted into the electrical quantity, then it is known as a transducer. The reverse process is nothing but your inverse transducers. Inverse transducer, what it does, inverse transducer is nothing but it is used to convert the electrical quantity into the non-electrical quantity. So that type of transducers are known as an inverse transducers. A transducer is something which converts a non-electrical signal into an electrical signal. Inverse transducer is something which a reverse process. In electrical signal will be converted into the non-electrical signal quantity. Then that is known as an inverse transducers. Okay. So those is nothing but your transducers and inverse transducers. Let us come with the passive transducers. In the passive transducer classification, the first type of classification is nothing but your resistive transducers. Before getting into this one, once again let us see this one. Based upon the transduction, we do have capacitive transducer, electromagnetic transduction, inductive, piezoelectric, photovoltaic and photoconductive. What is capacitive transduction is nothing but there will be the capacitance value you are going to get it in terms of epsilon naught into epsilon r into A by D. Okay, it is works on the capacitive principle, capacitance principle. Electromagnetic is nothing but it is going to generate self-generating and magnetic flux, we are going to get it. Okay, inductive is nothing but a change in the inductive value, inductance. Piezoelectric is nothing but induction P. What is piezoelectric induction? Is nothing but you are going to change in the electrostatic charges or voltage. Okay, when a mechanical input is been given, the output will be electrostatic charges or voltage V. Okay, what is photovoltaic transduction is nothing but input will be a light. Based upon this input, the output you are going to generate in the change in the voltage generated at the junction. At the junction, you will be going to get the change in the voltage. That is nothing but it is known as an photovoltaic type of transducer. Photoconductive is nothing but when light falls on this one, the output will be a change in the resistance value. So next type of classification is for transducers. And inverse transducer is nothing but your transducer which converts a mechanical signal into a non-electrical quantity into a electrical quantity, whereas inverse transducers are nothing but which converts an electrical signal into the non-electrical quantity. Okay, next comes with your passive transducers. In our next class we will be going to discuss with this one, passive transducers.